Alright, we're fast approaching almost 1,000 days survived in our hardcore world, and even though we've made huge amounts of progress on our base so far, we're still stuck using half-broken unenchanted gear. And if we're planning on surviving for thousands of days to come, we're gonna need to start doing some serious enchanting. And I think I have just the idea for how we're gonna do that. To be able to enchant all of our gear to have max enchants, we're gonna need a steady supply of XP. And while we do have our small spider XP farm, it's incredibly slow and it would take hours for us to fully enchant everything. So instead, I've designed a giant mob XP farm that we're gonna build in our world. This is going to be the biggest build we've made so far, so we have a lot of work to do. And before we get too far into it, let's go over the plan I have for this episode. First, we have the mob farm. And to complete that, we're going to need to prep the area for the farm, build the actual mob farm, and then we'll decorate the farm to make it fit in with the world better. I also want to go ahead and get full max enchantments and full netherite for all of our gear so we can truly have fully maxed out gear. We really have our work cut out for us today. But before we can get started doing any of that, I'm going to need a lot of torches. And you might be wondering, what could I possibly be doing with stacks upon stacks of torches? I'm going to be lighting up every single cave that's under our base. Let me explain. Most people build their mob farms high up in the sky or out over an ocean because that negates the need to light up caves to get the highest spawn rates. But after investigating underneath the mountains behind our wool farm, I realized that there are almost no caves within the spawning sphere of our player. That means if I take the time to light up the few caves that are within the spawning range from our player, we could have a max efficiency mob farm right outside of our base. And that was an opportunity I just couldn't pass up on. Alright, I think the plan is to just craft a bunch of torches. I'm gonna head underground and I'm just gonna spam them everywhere and see how far that gets me. And then I'm just gonna do that for a while until we have all the caves lit up that we need. So let's get to it. Okay, I think that should be it for lighting up caves under the base. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. It took like 4 hours to get that all done. I did have a few close calls, but nothing too worrying, just me being dumb and not paying attention. Let's go ahead and get done with the rest of the lighting so we can move on with this project. And that should be the last torch I need to place. Now the entire area around our base is all lit up. Oh, that feels great. That feels great to have done. All right, let's figure out what I need to do next. Now I know this isn't exactly the prettiest thing at the moment, but I do have some big plans for how I want to decorate this area, and it'll end up taking care of all the torches eventually. And after mob proofing, we were ready to get started gathering resources to build the mob farm. To build this thing, we're going to need stacks and stacks and even more stacks of a few different stone blocks I want to use, and also a wide variety of other blocks that we'll need to make the farm functional and to decorate the farm once it's fully built. The first thing I want to do before we start grinding out these resources is get a Silk Touch diamond pickaxe. I have a Silk Touch iron pickaxe already, but it's almost broken and I think it's just time to go ahead and retire it. Alright, so now that we're finished lighting up all the caves, the next thing we need to do is go ahead and collect some resources so we can build the actual mob farm. But before we do that, I'm gonna go grind for a bit at the spider XP farm so I can try and get a Silk Touch diamond pickaxe because that will make this a whole lot easier. Alright, that should be enough levels, so let's go see what this will get me. Yes! Oh my goodness, and it's like the perfect one. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. And there we go, after re-rolling enchants a few times, we now have our Silk Touch pickaxe. Now the next thing I want to do is set up an iron farm. The design I made for our mob farm uses a lot of lanterns and chains, and both of those take a decent chunk of iron to make. So I'm just going to use a simple iron farm design that I got from ENX04, and that should give us more than enough iron for what we need. Alright, let's get started. Alright, we got the farm built up just in time because now the sun is setting, which means I need to go get the villagers for this. Alright, some of you guys are actually going to be used for once. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. There, go get in your bed, go get in your bed, and you also go get in your bed. Go, go, go. Come on, come on. Alright. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, now all we need is a zombie to go in here. Oh, and it looks like we have one right here. Come on, fall in the hole. Oh, thank you. Now let's see if this works. Oh, and immediately we have an iron golem. Oh, this is awesome. And there we go. Now we'll never have to mine iron again, and I am very happy for that. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and decorate the outside as well so it fits a bit better in our world. And here we go. Here's the finished iron farm. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And now it'll be running and collecting iron for us forever. And with that out of the way, all that's left for us to do is to gather resources for the next few hours. All right, that took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but here we have it. We should have most, if not all of the materials gathered up, so we should be ready to start building this thing. So let's get started. So you've probably seen this mob farm design before. You build a bunch of platforms for mobs to spawn on, and then you have a few water channels to funnel them into a central drop chute, which drops them just far enough so that they're all one-hit kills. It's an extremely popular design, and I've been using it for years, but I've also tweaked the design a bit to help it run a little more efficiently. By adding water to the corners of the platforms, this will drown any spiders that end up spawning so that they don't mess up with our spawn rates, since they like to get stuck up at the top. All right, and there it is. That didn't take us too long since I've already built this design a couple times before. It's not pretty yet, we'll do that later, but it does work. So I'm excited to use it. Are you excited to use it?
I could finally get levels.
Yeah, I know, it'll be great. Yeah, and it's running all right. Look at how fast we're getting all these mobs. This is great. Oh, there's so many falling. Oh, I'm so happy. Look at that. This thing should be more than fast enough to get us all the levels we need. Now, technically we could just leave this as is. I mean, it's functional, it's running, it's getting us just what we needed, but compared to our other builds, this thing sticks out like a sore thumb. So let's go ahead and decorate it. Now, I will say this was definitely way outside of my comfort zone for building. I had never really tried to decorate something this big, let alone such a blocky and very rectangular structure. But after messing around with some designs on a creative world, I think I was able to put something together that I think would work. I knew I wanted to go for a large tower type build, but I also wanted it to fit in with the previous builds I had made in this world, so I decided to go for this heavily fortified tower type of look, and I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out. I added some parts that stick out and some indents to the wall so they aren't completely flat, and I think it really makes the build stand out. Next, I went and added a trim around the top, and I added an additional room on top to make the build silhouette a bit more interesting and to just bring it all together. All right, and that was the last lantern placed, and now the exterior is completely done. Our next big task is going to be decorating the inside of this, because right now it is a big dark box. We're gonna light it up and make it look all pretty and everything, and I'll add a better storage system to this too. So let's get to work. So here's the inside. The first thing you'll see when you walk in are these arches with some hanging lanterns to provide some light. I added some little water features and some plants on the side just to give it a bit more color. And here is the actual mob farm part. All the mobs drop from up there down into here, the killing chamber, and we can just swing and hit them, and it gets us a lot of levels. But yeah, there's some anvils for easy repair and, combining tools and stuff. And then if we go down these ladders right here, I added a little enchanting room just right next to here so we don't have to run super far away to enchant things. And walk around to the back side, here's all the storage. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'd say for our first really big project on the world, we did a pretty good job. And now that we've got the mob farm complete, it's time to move on to the next part of our plan and start working on getting fully maxed out enchants. All right, now that we have unlimited levels, I think the next thing we should do is get mending on all of our armor and tools, because my tools right now, they're kind of suffering a bit. And since we already set up a villager breeder last episode, all I should have to do is go and grab a villager from there and trap it somewhere safe. I do have plans for making a huge villager trading network down the line, but for now, I'm just gonna stick him in this village house right here. Now, I'd feel a bit bad leaving him here in this empty house, so I'm gonna make this place a bit nicer for our very important villager friend here. And here it is, our mending villager's fully remodeled house. It's nothing crazy, but I made sure to spice up the place so that you aren't just living in a wooden box. I'll make sure to send you an invoice for the renovations later. All right, okay, so I have all the mending books we need now. I'm gonna go ahead and give you yours. What we're going to do next is we're just going to go ahead and get maxed out enchants on all of our tools, just so that we have them done and out of the way, and then we're going to put mending on all of them. All right, so after a couple of hours and a lot of work, we finally have our maxed out armor and tools. I am very happy. This took a very long time, and there we go. We now officially have fully maxed out gear, and I even have a fully maxed out diamond hoe. Now, we don't have swift sneak or soul speed yet, but I just can't be bothered to go out and get those at the moment, so I'm honestly just ignoring them for now. This is great. This honestly makes me feel a whole lot better about going out and doing things in this world, since I really don't have to worry about taking damage too much. All right, now that we have all the enchants that we want, the last thing we need to do to finally finish it off is to just get netherite for all of it. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, I guess this means it's time to go to the nether. So to get a piece of netherite gear, you need to combine a piece of diamond gear with a netherite ingot and a smithing table. And to get a netherite ingot, you need 4 ancient scraps, which comes from ancient debris found in the nether, and 4 gold. Now the gold is pretty easy to get, so we aren't worried about that. The ancient debris, on the other hand, that's going to take us a while. Ancient debris by itself is already super hard to find, but since we're trying to convert 18 pieces of gear between the two of us to netherite, we're going to need 72 pieces of ancient debris. That's over a stack of this stuff, and that is going to take us a while to collect. Now, the process for getting netherite is pretty simple. You go to the nether, you mine down to Y15, and you either mine around or blow up your way around the nether until you get all of the ancient debris that you need. Now, since that isn't exactly the most entertaining process, we decided to put together a little race. For the first 30 minutes, I will be going with the beds method, and Lee will be going with the efficiency 5 mining method, and whoever collects the most amount of ancient debris when time runs out wins. And whichever mining method wins, we'll use to collect the rest of the ancient debris. Do you want to go back to the old method we did where we just mined out a huge giant cave with our pickaxes?
Technically that, but
We could turn it into a little competition, see which method gets the most in 30 minutes.
yeah.
Okay, I'll set a timer for 30 minutes then. Let's see how much we each have by the end of it.
Let's go then.
Oh, look, we found one. I found another piece. I just found 2 pieces. Oh, I found 3 pieces. I lied.
Oh wow, I found one. Oh, I found 2.
I found a piece. Oh, never mind, it's 2.
I actually have 3 more right now. Oh cool, I found another one. Oh, another 2. I have 9 in total. Ooh. Oh, I found another one. Oh, I found 2 more.
Well, halfway done. Where are you at? What are your stats? How many do you have now?
I have 12.
I have 6. Oh, I'm doing so bad. All right, I found 1 more. I have 7.
Ooh, another one.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I found 1. Oh, I found 2 more. Nice.
Ooh, I found another one. Ooh, I found another one.
2, 1. There we go.
No.
All right. So how much did you end up with?
15.
I got 10. We were close. I'll probably start doing your technique because it seems to be faster. And with Lee crowned the winner, we both continued on mining for ancient debris with our pickaxes. Things were going pretty smoothly from then on, and after a few more hours of mining, we were almost done collecting all the ancient debris we needed when something unfortunate happened. I had gotten distracted talking to Lee, and I wasn't paying attention to my pickaxe's durability, and I ended up breaking it while we were mining. Oh, are you kidding me?
What happened?
I broke my pickaxe. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't my best moment. But after heading home, whipping up a brand new maxed out pickaxe and repairing our remaining gear, we were ready to finally finish off our netherite collecting mission. All right. let's go ahead and just get this over with.
Oh, 3.
Oh, sick.
1, 2, 3.
One more. One more. Last one, I found it. There we go.
Oh, I found another one.
And there we go. We now have all the ancient debris we need to get both of us full netherite everything. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's head home. Hey, congrats. Good job.
Hey, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go. All right, let's go smelt up this ancient debris. Here, hand me it. All right, and there we go. It is smelting down. Let's get the gold ready. Oh, that is beautiful.
What?
Just seeing all this netherite scrap. Last one. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and craft it all. Oh, that's awesome. That is so much. This is the most netherite I've ever had at once. Here, wait, come here. You know what we can do with these?
What? Oh my god.
We'll do that later. Here's your 8. Here's my 10. Let's go get a smithing table. Upstairs. Okay, here we go. And there is 4. Wow, that is loud. And there's the last one. All netherite tools and armor. Oh, that feels so nice to have finally. As we get closer and closer to hitting 1,000 days survived in hardcore, we keep making huge advances towards the late game stage. And I'm very excited to see what we're capable of doing when we finally get there. All right, we got a lot done this episode. I lit up a whole bunch of caves. We built up the mob farm. We got an iron farm, mending villager, fully maxed out enchants, and full netherite gear. Thank you all so much for watching. I know it took a bit to get this episode out, but I'm honestly happy with how it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed as well. I'll try to get more of these out more often, and we'll just see how far we go. Thanks again for watching. It really means a lot. And if you liked it, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. It really helps out the channel and I would really appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.